Welcome to Dynasty Warriors 8 Empires Part 11. Originally, this was supposed to be an Empires mode, but I am going to go free mode because for some reason Twitch is giving me some problems. Anyway, this is basically the Battle of Chengdu. Now, I want to make this perfectly clear. If you're playing this on Empires mode, there are a few things you need to note. 1. Do not play as Liu Shan. 2. Do not play as Sima Yi or Sima Zhao, but you have to be on Sima Yi's faction. 3. If you do play on Sima Yi's faction and for some reason Sima Yi gets into battle with either Wei or Wu or Shu, well, you can go into battle with Wei and Wu so long as they're not allied with Shu. Oh, and speaking of which, Sima Yi should not be allied with Shu for any reason. Also, the following people should not be captured: Guan Suo, Guan Yinping, Xingcai, Jiang Wei, Yueying, and Sima Zhao. And Sima Yi, otherwise you will not be able to activate the event. This event is also a 12-month event. So, yeah, you're going to be going through hell. Right now, I'm showing this off in free mode, and that will pretty much make things a lot easier on me because that'll be less things I have to show off. I mean, for some reason, some inexplicable reason, it's not uploading to YouTube, or at least it's processing way too slow. I, for one, do not know why, but it is. And if you see me pausing in between every 5 minutes, it is because that I am using Upload Studio to record this. And it only records for 5 minutes. I put this in a a 3-clip interval, so it's basically 12 minutes. Now, I want to also address something. In free mode, you get a lot of your stratagems and a lot of the weapons you've had from the previous Empires modes you've done. And plus, as you saw earlier, you can also edit your starting level, so you will be on the same playing field as the computer. Now, as I am playing as Xiahou Ba, I did not buy any new weapons for him. That's okay, because I did buy weapons for Li Dian, and that is his secondary weapon that he's using right now. So here's the gist of the Chengdu battle itself. If you haven't seen this on Twitch, or if you're having a problem seeing it on Twitch, just let me know. I will have it highlighted, and I will actually put a link in the description to actually get the battle itself. But for this particular battle, you have 3 things to worry about. Well, correction, make that 4. First and foremost, Shu's last offensive. Basically, they're going to go all out. And as such, after you capture a couple of bases, Jiang Wei will appear. He will have ballistas. Guan Suo will eventually appear later on, but not before Yueying. Yueying will appear with juggernauts and also send either Guan Yinping or Xingcai after your base. And Guan Suo will replace just about all of the friendly spot turrets with enemy spot turrets. By the way, all of these effects will happen with the exception of the bum rushing of the base. You got to stop that person before you take the main base, and make sure that you actually have bases so that Guan Yinping or Xingcai does not have a free ride to your base. Once they start these strategies, they will not stop until the officers are defeated, and even then, the officers themselves will be enraged. Now, I also want to make one thing note of this. The officers that will also be joining them will be assassins and security officers. They are just like regular officers, except they honestly aren't of as importance and won't drop weapons. The whole heaven, man, earth system works with them too. Now, we're about to go into our first pause interval, so as I try to take over I will take over this base by destroying the spot turrets. I will go on ahead and pause it right quick, and I will be right back. Alright, Now we're on to the next pause interval. And it may not sound like I haven't done anything, but I did. This is basically a pause interval for each clip because, again, Upload Studio only uploads 5 minutes at a time. And even though I'm in the studio itself, which will record a 14-minute video, this will actually be, again, 5 minutes per video. Now, we've captured most of the bases so far. By the way, this is on normal, and I've put the levels on 55. So, yeah, I will actually have no trouble at all. And yeah, I did use some items, but you know what? I did it so I can try to get this done as quickly as humanly possible so I can upload this to YouTube, because I have been trying to upload that part for 4 days now. It was Sunday that I did this, and now it is Thursday, actually. I should say 5 days then. It was Sunday when I made that video, and now it's Thursday, and I tried to upload it, and it will not upload, or it basically stalls in processing. I just wish there was a way that I could actually send videos from Twitch via my Xbox One instead of from Twitch directly, because for some reason Twitch has a problem with actually uploading videos. Sometimes they'll actually upload. I've had like the first, actually everything up to this part of Dynasty Warriors has actually uploaded. I mean, I had to do some retakes in certain videos. The same thing had been said about Mortal Kombat X, and don't get me started with Dead or Alive 5 last round. Oh my god. I don't even know if this DVR can actually record this. And it angers me that I had to actually rely on the Xbox One for Dead or Alive 5 Ultimate. And before anybody says PlayStation's better than Xbox, PlayStation 4 is going through the same thing. Honestly, I wanted to record only Ultimate on my Xbox 360, but then you know, the disk drive incident, which I have to get a replacement disk drive for my Xbox 360. Now then, I've already taken over most of the bases, and I forgot to mention one thing. During this battle, Jiang Wei will activate Rally. Depending on the base, which I got lucky and it was right close to where I needed to be, Jiang Wei will boost the morale of all of the officers with a full-scale stratagem. If that stratagem goes off, then expect a morale boost as well as a boost in strength for all of Xiahou's forces. Sometimes it is hard to get to that. This time, I was lucky to actually stop that stratagem because, again, the base for the stratagem is in my vicinity. Now, as I'm going through beating up most of the officers here, including Madai, who just knocked me on my ass just now, I just want to go on ahead and point out a few things. First and foremost, this is again another game where Xiahou Ba has the new weapon with the siege drill, even though it does look like a chainsaw to me. I am not going to sit here and lie to you, it looks like a chainsaw. But also, again, many people has had some new weapon overhauls. Now, my opinions on the weapon overhauls, I think some of them, they benefited. Zugadan, they didn't. His moveset still sucks. I mean, I also, again, will put a link on the description below for the actual Twitch playthrough. And again, I'm going to highlight that. So you won't be able to, I'll highlight the whole video as a full highlight, so you won't be able to miss out on that video. Now, Again, there's another pause interval right there, and I also had to change my batteries in the middle of the recording because my batteries was dying on my controller. Thank God I had some batteries on hand right in front of me. But yes, the weapons changed. I do believe like a good number of officers had a weapons change. As Dong Ai had a weapons change, he now has a siege cannon. That, well, not really a siege cannon, but more like a siege ballista, and that is a pretty decent weapon. I've actually showed that off in Twitch. Let's see. Sun Xuan has a decent weapon. He has the flame sword. I showed off Liu Shan's weapon in Dynasty Warriors 8 Empires Part 10, and that was a pretty good improvement as opposed to her crossbow. And there you see Xiahou Ba's other EX move. Let's see. What other weapon that oh yes, the bench. The bench is for Liu Shan is actually a hilarious weapon. I have no words to describe how hilarious that weapon really is. But then again, considering the new weapons that came out for some of the officers, I have no words for them either. Let's see. Ding Feng basically lost his gauntlets and now has a giant hula hoop. But granted, that hula hoop can cause some serious issues. And let's see. I've actually shown off the ShamWow, which belongs to Fa Jing. I've also, I'm gonna keep calling it the ShamWow because it's a freaking hilarious weapon and the most awesome weapon I have ever used. Qin Gong's scrolls is pretty cool too. Zuran, I'm kind of mixed with his. Well, he set people on fire, which is his pretty much motif for this game. He still has some archery that, while you can eliminate a lot of opponents with his archery, he strafes and it leaves him wide open for attacks. And let's see, who else? Lu Ling Shi. Good lord, the fact that it's Dynasty Warrior 6 all over again. I personally like her weapon too. Eugene is pretty cool too. Yeah, he has a weapon that actually changes elementals and gives him a barrier, like a barrier weapon or two, which is pretty cool. And ironically enough, that pike belongs to Trident actually belonged to Cao Ren from Dynasty Warrior 6, if you could believe that. Now, anyone else am I missing? I mean, aside from Li Dian's weapon, which is pretty cool, and Yueying that had the hook swords, which some people thought sucked. I think they're a pretty decent weapon in and of itself. Let's see. Han Dong is also okay, and as well as Lu Su, the rake is hilarious too. I'm not gonna lie, the rake is powerful and hilarious at the same time, and this is basically where we pretty much win the battle. And at that point, Liu Shan's morale's dropped. But let's face it, ladies and gentlemen, we are done with this playthrough. In the next episode, it's going to be the finale. And I'm going to end it here.